Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, all holy praises due thee, dear Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the most merciful. You may be seated. Well, I'm kind of sort of like, or rather you look to me, kind of sort of like an old story the Savior told me about when the trains first started running in Egypt. When it came through, everybody was out looking for the train to see the train come through. And after it passed, one of the Muslims said, "Oh, it's a good thing he stayed on that track." He said, if it had come sideways, it'd have wiped us all off to it. Thanks be to Allah. I'm glad to see your smiling faces here again. But I'm so sorry that you're only just a little family out of the south side of Chicago and out of the cities outside of Chicago. I don't understand why that you don't want to get yourself saved before ever that you be caught up in the net of the devil. This is the end of the devil. They only going to kill him off of the face of the earth to keep him from ever filling up the earth again. This is actually the earth of the black man and not of the white man. He says that he have a place wherever you have one. He talks as though he have as much rights as you. But the Bible teaches you and me that the earth belongs to the Lord. But it never explains 100% who the Lord is. We are the Lord's. And since we are the Lord's, which mean masters, we let them use our earth, control the people on it into what they wish, evil. The time has been up ever since 1914. This shows how merciful God is. He won't kill you even when the day comes. He gives you a little more extension of time. Well, I don't have much time to talk on those old scriptures of the Bible because I think you know them, you have read them, and you can continue to read them as long as you understand them. But the Bible is a kind of a book that if you don't understand what you read, you are headed directly to the fish's net. You will find that the fish's net don't mean that one out there in Lake Michigan. It means the fisher is the devil. And the net is his trichology. When he gets you tricked in his net, then the way to the lake of fire you're going. We want to tell you what is Islam. This is what you came for. To know what is Islam. You have never known what is Christianity. So you glorify that that's your religion. And that's Jesus Christ's religion. Jesus Christ never taught no Christianity. And you can't prove it to me. The Christ on the front end there means a crusher. The plural part of it means that which the people believe in.
Yes, sir.
But actually, you are in a religion, probably been believing in a religion which is not yours, and it means a crusher coming at the end of their time to crush the people who believe in that kind of religion, because Christ is definitely means a crusher. So today we have a lot of work to do. A lot of work. And the brothers have beautified my boys. As I said, again and again I will say, the earth belongs to the black man. The white man's history is in the Bible, but it is cloaked over with symbolic language and teachings. And therefore you cannot understand it. The beginning of the white man was the beginning of a murder. And the Bible teaches you that. Cain slew Abel, two brothers. And the two brothers been killing each other ever since they've been on the planet. Right? Every few minutes, somebody's killed. And if you take the war with its death of people, maybe you'll find it much shorter. Much shorter than few minutes. Every minute almost. Someone is slaughtered by the devil, or by his trichology rule that is set up. He was given authorities, knowledge, wisdom to rule all life on the earth, in the sea and in the air, for 6,000 years. As the Jesus said, and I agree with it, He is the God of this world. But is his only limit to the time he is to rule. And the time have arrived and passed by, giving him a chance, if he wanted to repent, or those whom he have deceived, repent. So you were read, and I by the devil in his hell. So since we was read by the devil, it takes an awful powerful teacher to get you out of here. He claims that his number is the same as ours. It's got to be the same as ours since we made it. He didn't make himself. We made it. Holy Quran teaches us that God of Islam, called Allah, which is his most proper name, because Allah covers it all. But he being a supreme one, they distinguish him by calling him the Mahdi, an independent God. He's self-sufficient. I want you to know this, God, that the Holy Quran teaches us, coming at the last day in the 22nd surah of the Quran, with a name, Mahdi. It means he's self-independent. Well, I'm not in such hurry. I want to look at you and you want to look at me. We must strive hard to set up self. Satan, the devil, is not going to take you and sit you down in his seat and he get up, walk away from it. You've got to take him out of his seat. They don't tell you, but they know it, that when they were made, not created, when they was made, they was made. M-A-D-E, made. And the Bible teaches you they was made. Let us make man. But in the Holy Quran and Bible, the make was condemned by the black scientists in those days. And the Quran has got it very good there. He questioned, the scientists questioned the maker of the white man. In these words, what will you make? Other than something to cause, or rather to make mischief and cause bloodshed. This he has done and still doing. In the Bible, the first from Adam killed one of them before he was able to exercise any rule. Jealous. And did you know that comes all down to us today? If we would not envy and be jealous of each other's progress, we would have been a long ways from where we are. Yeah, Satan boasts is that he have the number of a man. He's referring to us. He do have our number. Because, as I repeat, we made him and not he made himself. He can't make a man. He's been working on us ever since he had the privilege. But he just keeps coloring them up. And that's working with another man's material. So I guess I better work with another man's material too. If we take this flag and wrap it around our head, then that represents what? The high nation. They take their flag, take this flag, put it on their coat lapel and on their head, and walk out, celebrate one day a year with wearing this. Why don't he wear it every day? Because it don't belong to him. So therefore, Muhammad, when he permitted the devil to wear the flag of Islam on his head once a day, he's got to be one that has been studying the principle and trying to act on the principle for 35, 40, or 50 years. You don't see young men in the devil's high masonry or masonry. They're all these elder men. Because he's not supposed to come out with this on his head, that red fez, until he's sold and sold in the study of it. Take the baby downstairs, sister, and keep her down there, so she don't be hollering up here in our meeting. Now, let us take a turn of this voice. Just wait. Sure. Yes. Well, I'm from Missouri. Last Sunday, I think we last saying something about the devil and his made world. If we have here 6, which they claim is equal to our 6, he's right. We have a 6 over here. Is ours. This is what we was made on. He says 6 is his too. That's true because we made it. And he had to go on our number. He had no other number to go on. This is why he don't contact or dispute with me. You know, I will tell him that. This is the original man's 6. How did the original man himself become being a 6 instead of being a 1? Since you're the first, then your number should be 1. But since you are not saying in numbers that his number is 1, he uses a 6. Now I'm going to tell you where that 6 came from in him. It was 6 trillion years, so God taught me, before he put into use the sun. But after the sun, then other gods were born. And they caught up the same idea. Make something out of fire. Never have you known what and how far came into space. And that stars of fire and a big star of we call sun. Nothing but a ball of fire. I want you to remember these things so that you don't make a mistake. If the God created himself out of matter in which still exists here, that he's taken it out of this darkness of the space, how then can we declare that the fiery stars, along with our sun, were created out of space? Where did the fire come from? So today everything is full of fire. I'm full of fire, you're full of fire. This is our figure here. Now, I'm not going to tell you today, but you keep going coming back, I will tell you. But if I tell you everything, you will forget most all of it. Then you will start adding in your God sanctity, and I won't remember what I said after you get through with it. So this is our number 6. From that which we begin to make to revolve as we walk, as he was, pardon me. He made himself to revolve. And then he caused whatever come in the darkness, it will revolve like himself. And that he's done. We can't help from revolving. We are not set a perfect human being. Because actually our form is not perfect. So since this is our number here, what were we before that number? It was like this. We left out of nothing. And we made ourselves one over there. I'm taking my time, don't worry. Now, if we made ourselves in the beginning one, okay, here comes this nothing again. And it goes over here, peace. And here stands one over here, this is. Well, now, if we say, I think if you had 400 years to wait, I think you still have a little time. If we were in America for 400 years before ever the coming of Allah to us, if from nothing here now, this one comes back and gets behind nothing, that makes that nothing there increase its power tenfold, right? And with 400 years, nothing. Well, that's right. You was just everything what the white man made you of or taught you of. These 400 years now have received against his nothing here, one behind it. And that one is Almighty God Allah. And then it made us tenfold the power and value that we was before he come. Right? This is called power from this one is generated into nothing and made nothing become something. If I have moved this over here in front of that nothing, it still will keep this as a fraction of nothing, the zero. But it didn't do that. The one came not here in front, it got behind us, backed us up to make us to be recognized from the power of one generated into the zero. Right? Anything that I said that you think that you don't understand, when I'm through working on this board, ask me. I'm not the teacher that teaches something I don't know. Since we are really catching up to get going with the God of this world, then we say the time of the making of this world was 9,000 years of our calendar history. Back into the year 9,000 of our calendar history. We have been for many millions of years using God's wisdom for only 25,000 years. One man's wisdom ruled for 25,000 years. After that, we take him down, put up another to rule for 25,000 years. And this is in accord with the circumference of our planet. Our planet Earth is approximately 25,000 miles in circumference. Not quite, but it's like just a little. Being 25,000, and we use the word 25,000. Why do we not have it 25,000? Because up here at the top of our planet's rotation, we call it the axis of the earth. We have here working at the axis, end of the axis of the earth, 23.5 degrees here. To the circle of the earth at the axis point, we have 23.5 degrees here. Now, we have also 23 gods here. That right and justify history once every 25,000 years. They equal the poles degree here. Either end, they both measure the same 23.5 degrees. I think it is 23.5 or 23.5. 23.5. And that it's equal almost with the gods that rule. They are really 24. But this number is used whenever they make up history. 23 gods work, and one does the calculating on what they are. You see this word Armageddon on here. And the question is, which will survive the war of Armageddon? What is Armageddon? Now, you have been listening to this all your life that the Armageddon war will be fought at the judgment. Let's look and see what the first three letters pronounce. On. A-R-M, on. A-Geddon. Armies that have been trying to get to each other for ages, working towards the doom of each other. It is this fellow. No, that's stand close to you. Put it in. Don't stand close to you. Go take a seat. Come on. With this man here hanging on that tree, there is no shadow of a doubt. What you have not read how Christians under this flag especially under this flag, that they have murdered and hanged our brothers on the tree. This is good. I want you to remember that the good is you see how you have been mistreated. Now, if the people have treated you with such evil, and they still done it, what right you have to defend them? To live that same life under their flag. I'm only asking you for truth. There's so many of us so lazy we don't want to leave the white man because we want him to take care of it. I say, my brother, if you are that lazy, who do you think wants you? No one likes a lazy fellow who wants someone else to take care of him. They don't like it. And it's more apparent today that every eye can see this in the working. But we want here from someone else. We can't get it. A lot of time we put our gun in our pocket and go out and take it. The devil has seen us go around for many years without weapons. And he sees that we don't go around fighting each other, carrying guns for each other. And he comes here and he finds that we searches everybody that come in for weapons. Take it off. You get along when you're on. When you're on, you're always studying about what you got in your pocket. And the worst part of it, you bow arms to kill each other. You don't bow arms to kill the enemy, who is the devil. But you bow arms to kill yourself. I'm saying, so we have acted very free. Then the devil come in, kill both of them. He knows he's well protected. Not a one of us going to fight back. This is terrible. Which one will survive the war of Armageddon? This is Islam's flag over here, to our right. And this is the Christian flag over here to our left. Now, you would not dare tell me that this flag will survive that flag. This flag was made while this flag was created. Oh, you love that old cross. But yet they swing you up on a limb.
Yes, sir.
You fight for that old cross. But they tell you themselves, oh, we understand an old rugged cross. Think over that. They made it up. Over yonder where? Over in Christianity.
Yes, sir.
From killing a man that was a prophet. They killed him.
Yes, sir.
Oh, but he understands an old rugged cross.
Yes, sir.
An emblem of suffering and shame. He makes you to worship that sign of suffering and shame and finally death. You put it on your coat lapel, put it around your neck, thinking that you're on the way to heaven and on the way to hell. It makes sense for you to worship that flag rather than this, because this is copied from that and decrease or destroy the value of that. He has several stars here representing that one. He has the sky over here, he will tell you probably. Blue. Which the blue can't represent something that is pure and something that is eternal. But he tells you this blue here and the stars here. The blue represent truth. How can blue color represent truth when it passes away? You can start upward and you will never get to this. You'll go through and pass on out. Keep going to other planets, but you'll never find this. Blue cats that we call ether sent up from the earth, caught in the sun, and there makes a ceiling out of it at a distance. But you go and try to catch hold of it, you don't find it. So it is with falsehood. You chase falsehood with truth, it disappears. And you just don't find it. Oh, brothers, that's all right. You're getting restless. We won't hold you. We'll let you go. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, you hear me now? My mic fell off my neck just a while ago. And brother had to put it back on so you can hear out there. Of course, it don't make a difference with me. I'll make you hear. Brother, I have some voice. You just not heard me. I used to speak sometime to near as many as you with only my voice. And they all heard. Yeah, it don't take the whole sky full of clouds to thunder. We have the God of this world taught to us by the God of our world. He said in the year of our calendar time that that year was the year 1. And in the year 1 of our calendar, time of 25,000 years, before that we allow another God to rule. So God taught me that in the year 1, the scientist says in that year, that in the year 9,000. And the year 9,000 is the year 1. There will be born in that year a man. His name will be Yaqub. I have to keep getting, I don't want to get tangled up in this wire. Name will be Yaqub. And in that year, he will make a people who will live for 6,000 years. This 9,000 years is beginning of the birth of the man you call Whitefoot. They were made by this man, not created now. They were made by a man called Yaqub. In the Bible you call him Jacob. That's the same man. Jacob, he made there, the Bible says he had 12 sons. Actually, Jacob could not produce the 12 scientists. The 12 scientists was already here. Yaqub did not come out making scientists. He was not that wise, but though he was a wise man, he was a wise God. They call him the big head Yaqub, meaning he had a lots of brains. So in this year of 9,000, this man comes out with a new civilization to take over us. He did not make no mistake, he took over us. And it's hard for us to get away from them today. The Bible is right. Have dominion, he says to Adam, over all creatures, all life. And he has had power over all the life, regardless of what kind of life it is. He has had power over it and to use it as he pleases. Even to the original man, the God, the original creator. We, the original creator, just was allowed to keep just a little. Just a spark to keep from going out of the time. The holy city Mecca had this little spark in it. This holy city Mecca of Arabia, their original scientists didn't rule there, nor does the rule there today, but the gradually easing in. These are white scientists that is ruling there. This is why Muhammad must destroy the old. You'll find in the history of Muhammad, he declared war on Mecca. And he overcome it. So today I am telling you that we are not going to fight to become the ruler under the same thing that the old world have ruled under. We're going to make our own holy city. You read in the Bible where it says that I saw a new Jerusalem coming down from out of the throne of God, the new God. He have a new city. He don't let his new wisdom and his new kingdom be built upon old foundations. So this man of God, Jacob, when he was 6 years old, he was sitting down playing with 2 pieces of steel, watching the reaction of these 2 pieces of steel attracting each other. He looked up at his uncle. He said, "Uncle, when I get to be an old man, I'm going to make a man. Yes, sir. Who shall rule you?" Unlike in the steel was attractive, making the steel to come together from the unlike, the attraction, the magnetic power drawing the 2 together. So he saw his future right from steel, reaction. So today, for 6,000 years, he has been playing with steel. And he saw that steel was a good piece of metal to murder with. He fashioned all kinds of weapons out of steel. They're using it today. They're fashioning war with steel. The first time They went to war with steel. It was in bow and arrow, shooting arrows. They began from stone to that. They learned to put a little piece of steel on the end of the stone. So today he learned to make a gun that could shoot steel into our bodies. He's been a murderer ever since he's been on the face of the earth. Let's not forget. I think Hal, my figure set, off. I can preach if I want to, but this is teaching, and I think you need teaching. Now, if I add 6,000 on to 9,000, we come to the year 15,000. This man, number is 6, because he ruled from 9,000 years to the year 15,000. And this is the 15,000 year we're living in of our calendar history. And that, no, don't forget now, I'm not talking about Christians' history. But here is Christians' time. They've been here for 6,000 years. And we take their 6,000 years that they live, making trouble on our planet, brings us into the year 15,000. So we are living in the 15,000 year. There's a many little things in the Bible and in the history and science of us that I could take up with you, but I don't think it's necessary till I lay the base. Then when I lay the base, I will come right back and answer your question that you failed to pick up on in the base. 15,000 years ago, now and a little fraction's over, this man, Yakub, made his people and put them on time to rule for 6,000 years. He says to his people, after you have lived 6,000 years, he says, your brother coming in the 7th will eat you up. This is well known by the theologians of white people, among white people. They know all of this. The 15 rounds that you talk about that Jacob, had a ladder that had 15, rounds on it. And he saw angels coming up and down, sending and descending. Right. So, this bird over here knew all of that. That in this time, they will take him off and his people. And the people will be going to heaven and coming down to heaven because of what? Muhammad? It will be because that those that is down on the first round of the ladder will be freed to come up and meet the angels of heaven, and the angels of heaven will be coming down, meeting those that had never come up to level. This is what that means, the old saying, that Jacob, the devil of our people who made a devil, he dreamed of seeing a ladder reaching from heaven to the earth, and that he saw angels ascending and descending up and down. He saw the end of his civilization, and he saw the beginning of our time. This beginning of our time here, I'm not through with that. I'll take care of it next time. I'm not through. No, by long. I did not tell you how he got here. This man got his people here by killing the black baby and saving the brown so that he could graft the brown into its last color, which is white. I will say to you right here so that you will always know how the races become. Races. We had here our figure out of creation. But here, I want to say that the first race that was made from black man, the first race, was brown. Don't look at my writing so much, because you have heard of my fine schooling, so don't look at that so well. When I got to the school, the bell was ringing to dismiss. This race you call the Japanese people.
Yes, sir.
That's the brown race. Okay. The next is a yellow race, right? I read this right. Brown, yellow. Now from yellow, look, keep thinking this thing is slipping. This other race that you see here, let me get back out of the way of you, is white. This number one, I shouldn't have balled it up there so close to that, but I was saying the brown race was the first one come out from grafting. The first man here is black. Then when he started grafting out of him to get the white, he was grafting for 200 years, and let me get that one. For 200 years, it taken him that length of time to get the brown baby out of black. Yaakov found that brown germ in us while studying at college. In college, he discovered in the germ of the black man that he had a brown germ in it. He had two babies, one brown one and one black, or one black and one brown. And he kept looking at that germ, brown, and he discovered that he could graft it out of the black man, and he could take that brown germ, keep it to itself, and keep grafting until he take that brown germ out and replace it with a more different color. If he just keep taking the more lighter brown that come, keep it to itself, and then kill off the brown. And he did that for 600 years, thank you. I'll just stick in. Yeah. He taken this brown baby, set it over here aside, and kept every brown baby that was produced over there with a lighter brown color to itself, and he killed off the other brown. And he made this lighter brown, kept going to itself until it produced a lighter and lighter, got to what? There was not but actually two races from the real black man. When he got to the third, it was a white man. All through grafting, this was done. And every time he graft one, it was weaker than the other. So the brown baby was weaker than his father, black man. And the brown baby was stronger than the yellow baby. And the yellow baby who produced it, the white baby, was a little stronger than the white. So being more near back to the father of the races, black man, this little yellow baby become kind of evil, wicked like his next brother, white. This is the Chinese that I'm talking about. The Chinaman is near equal with white folks. He loved to fight. But he's braver than white because he's back more closer to the father than the white. The father of race is the black man. And these people goes and mix with many. And by mixing with many, they produce many different colors. And that made many different races. So I want you, my beloved listeners, to remember that the white man didn't come from the same God that you came from. My son, think I have taught you enough. He saw me all his life teaching this subject. And he thinks now that I'm too old to go through with all this subject. But I got to get back used to it.
Yes, sir.
For a while. So I'm going to stop right here, and that I'm going to get you ready to go home before you sue me for overtime. But I do want you to remember, I'm scared I'm going to get trapped with that line. Yeah. I'm all right. Okay, then I'll go up here where I won't get trapped. The reason that we don't and can't be an equal man with the white man because we don't know what he knows. But God have mercy on us. And He have raising up out of nothing something. I don't count the white man's wisdom. God have made me like that, to even scorn His wisdom. And when you get from Allah and from His servant what He's teaching, you will not think the white man knows anything. So, I want you to read our paper because I'm going to write in it now from on this same subject. Because that we're not able to stay out here all the afternoon. So listen, we get tired and bored. Our seats is not the, the rocky by sleeps or seats. And we get tired of sitting on them. One of these days we're going to have some real beautiful seats, comfortable like anything. And then they'll be walking around you always telling you to wake up. We need some money. If we would give to self $1 piece, we'll put it over. But if I give $1 and then another brother give 15 or 20 or 100, and then I have to skip 100 to get another 100 or 2, this makes it slow. If 1 million people in Chicago would just give $1 a week, which he'll never know he's giving anything. He'll never miss it. We would be able to build the south side up so beautiful for self that the north side would move further north. I'm going to say to you that I have enjoyed a very lovely afternoon with you. And I hope to return next Sunday. It takes a long time to get the wisdom of 6,000 years unfold to you so you can understand it. But I do think that I can have you in about a month walking around talking back to me. Things came about. He told Adam to give them their name, make them know their names. So Adam named. This work, all divine work, mostly done by a servant of his. So I want to say to you that I'm his humble servant, and I don't want to take over that which he has not given to me. But let us prepare ourselves by coming out here learning the way of God. That's the old book saying, come and learn of his way. So I say, I'm here to make you known to his way. And I don't think that no one will come up and tell you that he's teaching you wrong. I am for you, and you are for me. So I'm going to turn you back into the hands of the minister and the secretary and captain, and I hope that they will not let you go out of the door until they have did like Jacob with the angel. Jacob told the angel, he said, I'm not going to let you go until you bless my soul. The angel started to have an excuse. He says, it's day now, it's getting day. He said, that's all right, I'm going to hold you, I'm going to hold you. I heard a preacher in Macon, Georgia, preached that once. My brother next to me, who is now dead, he and I, we got so happy over the preacher's subject and way he preached it, that kept us laughing all the way through the meeting. His name was Henderson. And Henderson took that text that Sunday night, and he was a tall, big fellow, and his voice rolled loud. He would say, Jacob said, I'm going to hold you, I'm going to hold you, I'm going to hold you. And actually, he was holding us. He was not the dumbest preacher you ever heard. Yes, he was a very good preacher of that which he preached. So I'm going to say to you, may the peace and the blessings of Allah be with each and every one of you on your return home. Assalamu alaikum.